Who are you? It is a question we ask ourselves, yet the answer we give is almost always a lie. The identity you protect, the clean resume, the polite smile you give to strangers, and the morals you proudly boast about, none of it is your true self. Carl Gustav Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, discovered that what we call our personality is merely a fragile construct, a beautiful, carefully engineered mask created by your ego. Jung called this mask the persona. It is the actor we send out onto the stage of society to win applause, affection, and validation. Your ego desperately wants to believe that this mask is real. It wants to believe that you are entirely good, logical, and in control. But a mask can only hide the face. It cannot destroy it. Beneath the surface of your conscious awareness, in the pitch-black basement of your mind, lies something terrifying. Something you have spent your entire life running away from. Welcome to your shadow. The shadow is everything about yourself that you have rejected, suppressed, and buried alive. When you were a child, you learned that certain parts of you were unacceptable. If you showed anger, you were punished. If you showed weakness, you were ridiculed. If you had dark, taboo desires, you felt shame. So, to survive, your ego split your psyche in two. It kept the light, and it pushed the darkness into the abyss. The shadow is the graveyard of these rejected emotions. But here is the cosmic joke. You cannot bury a living thing and expect it to stay dead. The more you ignore your shadow, the more dangerous it becomes. It feeds on your denial. It grows larger in the dark. Carl Jung famously warned us, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." You think you are making conscious choices in your life, but in reality, you are a puppet, and your shadow is pulling the strings from behind the curtain. Have you ever wondered why you suddenly snap at someone you love over a trivial matter? Have you ever wondered why you self-sabotage your own success just when you are about to reach the top? Or why you feel a sudden paralyzing wave of anxiety in the middle of a peaceful night? That is not an accident. That is your shadow breaking out of its cage. When the ego refuses to look into the mirror of truth, the shadow takes control. It speaks through your toxic habits, your addictions, and your irrational hatred towards other people. In fact, the people who annoy you the most are often just reflections of your own shadow. This is what Jung called psychological projection. If you despise someone for being arrogant or greedy or weak, look closely inside yourself. Your ego is reacting so heavily because it recognizes that very same trait hidden within your own unconscious mind. You are fighting an external war because you are too afraid to face the internal battlefield. Most modern self-help content will tell you to kill your dark side. They tell you to remain positive, to eliminate bad thoughts, and to focus only on the light. This is a dangerous deception. You cannot heal what you refuse to look at. Jungian psychology does not ask you to destroy your demons. It asks you to have a conversation with them. The goal of human life is not perfection, it is wholeness. And you cannot be whole if you are amputating half of your identity. This is the brutal, transformative process of shadow work. It is the voluntary descent into your own personal hell to rescue the gold that is buried there. Your shadow does not just contain your rage and flaws, it also contains your raw power, your creativity, your untamed passion, and your deepest intuition. By locking away your darkness, you have also locked away your greatest strengths. To integrate the shadow means to look your monsters in the eye, accept that they are a part of you, and channel their energy into something magnificent. When you integrate the shadow, you break free from the prison of your ego. You stop caring about the validation of the world. You become unshakable. You no longer fear your anger because you now control it. You no longer fear your weakness because you have embraced it. This is what Jung called individuation, the birth of the true self. It is a path walked only by the brave because confronting yourself is the hardest thing a human being can ever do. The mask you wear can only take you so far. Eventually, the night falls, the audience leaves, and you are left alone in the dark with who you truly are. The question is no longer, who do you pretend to be? The question is, are you ready to meet the one who watches you from the shadows? Welcome to Shadow and Ego. Subscribe and let us journey together into the depths of the unconscious mind.